You're the most important thing right now. So just letting everything else go. We'll start on our backs, like I said, and you can bring in any support you want. And I'm gonna give you free range here. You can bring something under your upper back to open your chest, like laying on a pillow. I'll do a couple options. You can roll up a little blanket and do a little bit of a back bend, or if just laying on your back feels good and you just wanna be there, do that. Otherwise, you can bring a blanket in and roll the shoulders back past the blanket, or you can even bring a pillow there. And I'm just gonna turn on the light here. Great. So welcome to Mindful Yoga Flow. Laying on your back, I am going to roll up this blanket and lay on it just to do a little heart opener. And we won't be here terribly long. So if this sounds like it's gonna feel good for you, then go ahead and do that. And like I said, have a couple blocks or books or something handy for our practice, and then also a strap. And that strap can be a scarf or a belt. And then laying down, maybe it's just you on your back, on your mat, or maybe there's support underneath you. It could be a pillow under your upper back. It could be a rolled up blanket. You want to drop your head back, let those arms open, and you can bend your knees and slowly start moving your feet or your knees a little left and a little right. So you feel a little movement in the lower spine, but we're not doing too big of windshield wipers here, just smaller movements. Even feeling a little myofascial release in the glutes, right? Bringing your awareness into the pressure on your booty. And then when it feels right, just pause in stillness. So your knees can drop together with your feet wide. Your legs can also go long out ahead of you, or your knees can go wide as the bottoms of your feet meet. And we're gonna focus on the breath. So wherever you are in your breathing cycle, do an open mouth exhale. Getting all the air out of the body, and then inhale through your nose. Filling up inside, hold the breath at the top, sip up a little more. Really stretching your lungs, pushing against the ribs, feel the skin stretch. And then an open mouth exhale and relax the whole back body. And then inhale again to your capacity. Filling in through the nose, feel the belly lift, feel the ribs expanding, lifting up through the chest, holding the breath in here. A little breath retention and sip up more air. Hold it in. And then an open mouth exhale, maybe with a little smile on your face. Just landing here, right where you are meant to be. And then inhale again, last full, nourishing breath. Filling every little tiny crevice of your lungs inside. Hold the breath inside. Retaining the breath helps us to bring in more oxygen into our organs and in the mind, the brain technically. And then an open mouth exhale, relax, releasing, and just let breath naturally happen now. So you notice we weren't really trying to push the air out of the body at the bottom of the exhales. We're just simply letting the exhale happen. And so here, just bring your awareness to the exhales, every natural breath out of the body, and just allow yourself to relax more. Relaxing around the edges of your body or your frame, the fingers and thumbs, the eyelids, the lips, feel the toes and the feet and ankles relaxing. Just feel the sense of gravity taking you down towards the core of our earth with every breath out. And just allowing yourself to rest, to sink, and to land right here. Not only physically, but energetically, right? More than likely, we've just left a task or something we were just doing, an interaction or a conversation, and so now we get to just turn off all the technology besides this computer or your tablet. We get to allow our eyes to rest and let our awareness just drift into ourselves and this time that we have chosen to spend with us. And so as you notice the mind drifting to other things, contemplating to-do lists and all the action and the doing of the day, just let yourself kind of chuckle at that, like, oh, you're thinking again, you know, yep, you're so good at thinking. And then bring your awareness back just to the exhale or to the next inhale as we flow through our practice today. And so let's go ahead and transition out of this pose, lifting your knees, planting your feet on the floor, roll over to one side, and whatever side that is, reach that arm behind you so it acts like a little bit of a pillow. Push yourself all the way up to a seated position. Take off that blanket. You can choose to sit on something here if you want to. We'll do a cross-legged fold. So crossing your shins, scoot your hips back a little. Inhale, lift the arms up so you're really lengthening through the side body. And then exhale, start to fold forward, taking your time, feeling it in your hips, and then drop your hands. Let your hands slide forward. Start to relax your head super heavy and start to feel the stretch in the back body. Specifically where that support was underneath the mid-upper back, if you had anything there. And if you didn't, just start to feel that spaciousness along the vertebrae, along the spine, spinal cord in your back body. And then move a little bit here, left and right, dropping your left shoulder down a little, then dropping the right shoulder, feeling the opposite shoulder lifting as you do this sort of kind of swaying movement. Relax your head a little bit more here. And then start to engage your belly as you're exhaling. So now we're bringing awareness into expelling all of the stale air out of the body. So inhale into the back, feel your ribs in the back body expand, and then exhale, engage the belly and get empty. Let's do 2 more like that. Big inhale. Exhale, relax the head, push all the air out. Last full breath. And then engage your core so much your hands slide on the floor as you come all the way up to a seated position. Once your spine is tall, roll the shoulders up and back, circle the arms up here, nice deep breath, and then bend your right elbow, my left, your right, tap your back with that hand, just tap, 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 and then grab that elbow with the opposite hand and gently start to pull that arm behind your head. Push the back of your head into the arm. Start to feel your chest broaden as you almost like puff your heart forward here. And then relax your knees and get heavy in both of your hips. So shimmy a little left and right, right? Feel how the left hip takes weight, right hip takes weight, and find the center. Keep the center rooted and inhale from your right hip all the way up the elbow. And as you exhale, tilt from the ribs and higher over towards your left, right? So you're keeping the weight neutral between both hips. Pelvis is neutral, and we're just tilting from the mid to upper back here. Another full inhale into the right rib cage. As you exhale, gently tilt and feel your left shoulder move forward slightly. And then inhale, lengthen the spine straight and the arms come up too. Just relax the head here. We can move it left and right. And then bend the left elbow, just tap your back, right? Notice how this feels, and then grab the elbow. Press the head into the forearm so you're lifting your chin away from your chest, away from your throat. Puff your heart forward as you inhale. Engage your core, feel rooted neutrally, and then exhale, tilt. Relax those knees, relax heavy in both hips. Inhale right into the left rib cage, flare it there. Engage your belly as you exhale, tilt a little bit more, right? So there's a gentle tug of this elbow helping to let or guide you over towards the right. Let's do 1 more breath. Pushing your head back, exhale, tilting. Beautiful. And then inhale, straighten the spine and the arms all the way up and release your arms out to a T. Roll the shoulders on the back and start to, with the palms facing up, start to rotate the palms back so the pinkies are lifting. And you're in external rotation here. Looking at your hands, just observe that spiral movement through the arms all the way to your shoulders. And then start to broaden across your chest as you start to lift your heart center, like there's a string on your heart pulling up, lifting and looking up. So you're arching your back body here. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, spiral your palms forward, and then down, and then behind you. So your thumbs are pointing down, and keep going, feeling that spiral and even seeing it travel all the way through the shoulders. Now start to round your upper back and drop your head, chin to your chest, rounding here, keep breathing. Every exhale, engage the belly. And then after this exhale, inhale to unravel the arms, spiraling them back into your external rotation, opening and broadening. And then internal rotation, spiral your arms forward, rounding up through the upper back, chin to your chest. Inhale, spiral in the other direction, really opening the heart. I'll show you from the side. Arching, 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 and then spiral in the other way. Internal rotation, exhaling the air out of the body. Last one, big breath in, spiral and open up. Exhale, round it out. And then neutral, straight spine, palms up and release them, palms down and release them down to the floor. Interlace your hands behind your back or use your strap. Grabbing that strap behind your back, just separating your hands a little bit, separating your fists a little bit. But if you can interlace your fingers, great. What we want to focus on is, rather than a rounded spine, we want to squeeze the shoulders back to broaden the chest, squeezing all the muscles between the shoulders, the shoulder blades, around the spine. See if you can bend your elbows ever so slightly, and even an option is to keep your elbows bent and squeeze the inner elbows towards each other behind you. Start to open up the head or the chest and look up towards the ceiling. Good. Now wherever you are, just keep breathing. Big breath into the heart. Exhale, engaging the belly, feeling the shoulders pull down away from the neck. And then let's drop the chin down. Chin to your chest. Supinator over to your shoulder, feeling the chin lift a bit. And then exhale, chin to chest, and stoop the other ear to your shoulder, again lifting the chin up. And then keep going. Feeling that stretch travel through the left and right side of the neck. You can feel your shoulders pull down as the head drops to the opposite shoulder. Good. And then we'll pause right at center. Release your hands, circle them up to the ceiling, and then exhale, twist over to your right. Dropping your arms down, right hands behind you, press and lengthen. Exhale, twist, keeping the height in the spine. Inhale, we focus on lengthening higher, stay rooted in both hips. Exhale, we twist just a little bit more. Last deepest breath here. Good, exhale, rein yourself out, detoxifying, getting rid of things that no longer serve you. And then inhale, left arm up, right arm up, twist to the left, drop the arms down. Press into the left hand behind you to help lengthen. Exhale and twist, rotating back. 2 more here, long, deep, steady breath. Challenge yourself with your breath here. It's hard to breathe and twist. How full can you get? And then exhale completely out. And then inhale, arms come up, palms meeting above the head, gazing up there, and then follow the gaze, follow your hands as you gaze towards the heart, hands to your heart center. Close the eyes here and just take a moment to set an intention for yourself. This can just be a word, a phrase, right? Something to guide you through your practice to stay present, helping you to release whatever is no longer serving you, right? These things, these conversations and emotions that result from that stick around. So find that intention, take a nice deep breath in, maybe smiling at it here. And then exhale, release your hands, and we'll come to our tabletop position. So scoot those legs out. And find your tabletop, fingers nice and wide. Now with your blocks and your support, your books, whatever, have them towards the front of the mat here, just so you have them handy. Fingers nice and wide, knees underneath your hips, and then cow and cat. Inhale for cow, stick the sit bones up behind you, roll your shoulders back to broaden your chest, looking up. And then exhale, round the spine. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze those glutes, and feel like you're pushing your hips forward. Chin is at your chest, and then keep going. Inhale, cow. Rolling back those shoulders. Exhale, cat. Pressing, hands right into the earth, shoulders over those hands. Inhale again. Now invite any additional movements that feel good for you. Sometimes side bending, especially your cat pose is nice to really help spread and stretch the muscles along the back and the spine, around the hips, the sacrum, the lower back. Cat pose, same thing, scrunching the left and right side waist here, helping us to simultaneously stretch the opposite side. Side bending. Okay, let's do one more round. And then we'll meet in table. Curl your toes, hips to heels, of course, stretching the feet, move left, move right, engaging the belly. Good, and then press into your hands, lift your knees, build a little heat here, keep your shins low, low, low. And then keep those shins parallel to the floor, but press into your hands to push your chest to your thighs. Take one inhale here, exhale, hold it, get empty. And then inhale, shoot your hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, heels towards the floor, downward facing dog. Start moving gently. Start with small movements before you really start exaggerating it so that you can get your body to start feeling open, right? Opening up those tiny muscles, working past the surface area muscles to the deeper muscles, and breathing along the way. You can walk your dog here, pressing into those widely spread fingers, looking at the hands to see that the index fingers are parallel to each other and the edges of the mat, pressing down through the outer shoulders and pulling up from the inner wrists towards your armpits. Take a nice deep breath in right here, and an open mouth exhale, relax the head. Bend your knees as you inhale, look at your hands, bring your weight forward and step your feet between your hands. About hip distance or big toes touching, little bend in your knees to drop your hips so the belly touches your thighs, and then relax your head. You can grab opposite elbows and start to feel your hips lifting here, keeping your head very heavy. Rock side to side, sway left to right. Observing how this feels in the back body, maybe the legs or the spine. Take another full inhale. Exhale, drop your hands. Bend your knees to drop your hips lower, engage your belly, and push into the floor to rise, rolling all the way up, rolling your shoulders back, circle the arms up. Clasp your thumbs here. I've been doing this in a lot of classes. Cross those thumbs, spread the fingers wide, and feel like you're pulling those arms apart. Feel the shoulders pull down the back, squeeze those glutes, push the hips forward, lift your heart, look up and reach back, bend it. And then inhale to center, palms to your heart as you exhale. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Circle the arms up again. Cross those thumbs, open up the heart, reaching it back. Inhale, come to center, open the arms out wide, bending your knees at the same time, hips go back, heart comes forward. We dive down, keeping the weight neutral between the toes and heels. Inhale, lengthen in a half forward fold, rolling your shoulders on your back so your heart is shining. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, dropping your hips, elbows to your thighs here. Squeeze those outer glutes towards each other behind you to hug this belly in. And then reach those hands right by your hips. Feel the shoulders rolling back, and even do that a couple times. Shoulder circles, right? Really exaggerating a nice broad chest. So shoulders back, hug the belly in, take a breath in. Exhale, sink a little deeper into those heels. And then inhale the arms forward. As you exhale, just reach the right arm down and behind you, twisting that shoulder back. And then inhale, bring the arm forward. Exhale, left arm lowers down and it reaches back, twisting the upper body. Inhale that left arm forward. Keep your knees parallel here. Exhale the right arm back so that just the upper body is twisting. Inhale the arm forward. Exhale, left arm. Look at the knees. Keep those kneecaps parallel here. Inhale, left arm. One more round. Exhale, right arm goes back, twisting you, knees parallel. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward, forward fold. Exhale, all the way down. Relax the head, the lower back. Take a breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step to plank pose. Finding your plank with the fingers wide, feet hip distance. Holding here, 3 deep breaths. Engaging your core as you exhale. Press into the floor, rounding the upper back here. Heels are pushing back. One more inhale. And drop to your knees, exhale. Shift your weight forward, half chaturanga, squeezing your elbows into the body as you lower slowly and mindfully. Untuck your toes, inhale cobra or easy cobra. You can lift your hands or keep them connected. Exhale, lower back down. Curling your toes, push to your knees, hips go back. Maybe a moment's rest with a breath. And then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Lifting, pressing, downward facing dog. Nice full round of breath here together. Open mouth, exhale. Beautiful. Bending your knees as you inhale. Look at your hands. Step your right leg forward. Left foot stays back and we drop the knee to the floor. Keep those left toes curled. Push into the right foot. Inhale to rise all the way up. As you exhale, sink into your hips, bending deeper into this right knee. As you inhale, feel the side of your body and the front body opening up here. Exhale, cactus to your arms. So to a goalpost. Inhale and lengthen. And as you lengthen, hug these front ribs in. Exhale, flare them, back bend, lift up through the string on your heart, looking up, cactus T. Inhale, engage the core, nice and long. Exhale, cactus T, last one. Inhale, straight, palms to your heart, exhale. Now let's bring the right hand to the outer right thigh and hook the left elbow to the outer right knee. Just observe how this feels. Sink in the hips, shoulders roll back, and then release the right hand, make a fist. Push that fist into the left hand and feel your chest pull up away from the right thigh and start twisting yourself back. Right shoulder coming back, maybe look back here. A gentle push of the fist into your palm. Full inhale, lengthening the spine. Engage the belly as you exhale. Stay connected with your foundation where your body meets the floor. Keep pushing down into the right foot. Keep pushing into those left toes. Good, last full breath. Exhale it out. Good, and then release. Palms together. Exhale, releasing both hands down. Awesome work. Move the hips back here, coming into Hanumanasana or half splits pose. Just threw that out there. Right leg goes a little bit long, right? As long as feels good for you to feel a gentle stretch back there, be gentle. Option to bring your blocks in here. This helps to give you a little extra height to help you lengthen the spine. Tailbone feels like it's pulling back to help you lower or lengthen out of this low back. And then feel the shoulders roll back to help flatten in the upper spine. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your chest, lower the gaze so the neck stays nice and long. Just 2 more breaths right here. Breathing into the back right leg, feeling those right toes lifting higher to the ceiling, spreading them. Good. And then press into the hands, come back up, rebending that right knee, planting that or your hands down, and then lift the left leg up. Step back to your downward facing dog. Find your down dog and your foundation, and we're gonna lift the right leg up here. Start to externally rotate that leg. So you're pointing your right toes out to the right side and feel the lift of that leg from the outer hip strength. Bend the right knee, circle the right ankle. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, relax your head. Feel the outer left hip push into the midline here. Keeping that left side waist long. Now point your right toes to straighten that leg, and then exhale, drop it to the floor, flexing the foot, landing it down. Nice deep round of breath in right here. Open mouth, exhale. Right away, bring your weight to the right foot. Bring the left foot all the way forward between your hands. And you can always use the support of your left hand to get it forward. Drop the right knee down. Keep those toes curled. Press down into this left foot to rise, lifting the arms all the way up. Palms facing each other. Reaching up actively through your fingers. Take a breath to lengthen. Exhale and sink forward. Sinking into those hips, feeling a nice stretch through the right. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, cactus T. Open up the heart, back bending here. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale to lengthen. Hug these ribs in. You can even push into this left foot a little. Exhale, cactus T, broadening the chest. Inhale, lengthening. Hug the ribs in. Exhale, cactus T. Awesome. Inhale to lengthen. Hands to your heart as you exhale. Now, left hand to the outer left thigh. Lean forward here, sink into the hips. And then twist, twist, twist to the left. Right elbow hooks that knee, outer knee. Left hand makes a fist, meeting that right palm, and we lengthen the spine long as we slowly rotate. Nice full rounds of breath right here. Hug the ribs in as you're exhaling. Hug the navel in. Right ribs are hugging under you here. Beautiful. Feel this long line of energy all the way up through the crown of the head. Last exhale here. Awesome job. Slowly come back, hands at your heart. Drop those hands down. Move those hips back, straightening into the left leg now. Choose to bring your blocks in if that feels good for you. Always an option. Lift the left toes, spread them wide, lengthen the spine, heart shining forward, tailbone reaching back. Exhale, shoulders keep pulling back, elbows bend, and we lower the torso. Couple more breaths. Another one. Beautiful. And then push back into your hands, rebend the left knee. Walking those hands forward with the blocks, stitching the blocks. Plant the hands, lift the right knee, step back, downward facing dog. Find your foundation, fingers wide, hips lift high, and then inhale the left leg up again. Start to point your toes out to the left, externally rotating this leg, lift through the outer left hip, strength, lift to the sun. Feel the heel charging up, and then bend the knee and circle that ankle. Feel the left shoulder drop, so your shoulders are parallel to the floor, and that outer right hip pulls in towards the midline of the mat, helping you to lengthen that right side body. Take a full breath here, and then inhale, point those left toes, straighten the leg, and then slowly drop that foot down next to the right foot. Nice full round of breath right here. Open mouth, exhale. Let's drop to our knees for child's pose. Taking a little bit of a rest between our sequence of flowing. Rest your forehead down, relax the shoulders. Feel the hands, maybe the palms flip up. Feeling those hands relax. And just breathe. Maybe the breath is intentional, or maybe you're just letting it happen. Observe, what do you need most right now, right? This hour is just about you. You can give yourself permission to do whatever you need to nourish in a loving and meaningful way. Couple more breaths. Last full round. And then we'll come up onto your hands and knees, staying here. All right, fingers are nice and wide, knees under hips. We're gonna thread the needle dynamically, moving with breath. So push into the left hand, inhale the right arm all the way up, reaching and twisting. Exhale, swoop it underneath the left side, reach to the left side, hover that left shoulder above the earth, and then lift it back up. Right arm up to the sun. Exhale, engage your core as you swoop through, reaching to the left. Inhale, come all the way up. Last one, exhale, swoop it through. Inhale, all the way back up. And then release that hand, tabletop position. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, swoop that left arm between the right wrist and knee, reaching to the right. This right elbow bends to get you low, 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 but then we push and come all the way back up. Exhale, swoop it through, tighten that tummy. Inhale again. Building a little shoulder strength here as we twist. Inhale to the sun and tabletop, left hand to the floor. Inhale, transitioning in cow pose. Drop the belly, look all the way up. And then exhale, cat. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Take your time getting there. Maybe you find a curled toe, child's pose, right? And then we can push and lift. And then just breathe here. A few rounds of breath, finding your foundation. Feet are hip distance or a little wider. Rock the hips side to side, feeling a little opening in the outer legs or the inner thighs. Another big breath. Exhale it out. And then bend your knees with an inhale. Deeply bend those knees. Look forward. Bringing your weight forward. Step both feet between your hands. Inhale to lengthen halfway up. Half forward fold. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees. Chair pose, please. Sink into it. Weight goes in the heels. Inhale, arms come forward, and then palms to our heart. So now roll the shoulders on your back. Lengthen the spine, hug these outer hips towards each other behind you to help you flatten this low spine versus just popping those hips out, right? Hug those outer glutes, and this helps you to feel the front pelvis pull up. Hands are at our heart. Now sink into it a little bit more. Right hand comes to the outer right thigh. You guessed it, left elbow to the outer right knee. Right hand makes a fist, we meet that left palm, we gaze down to see that both kneecaps are on a parallel line, and then inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale, squeeze and twist. Good, a couple more. Hug the belly in, left ribs are hugging under you. One more. Feel the left hip move back here, keep those kneecaps parallel. And then hands to our heart center. Stay low. Full breath in. Exhale, left hand to your left thigh, right elbow, left outer knee. Left hand makes a fist, pushing into the palm. Gaze at both kneecaps here. See that they're parallel. Weight is in the heels. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twist. Feeling the right hip moving back here. Gazing up if that's okay for your neck. Last exhale. And then inhale, hands to our heart. Big breath. Fold forward. Exhale it out. Woo, awesome work. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Left leg goes back. Drop the knee to the floor. Right hand comes on the inside of the foot. Walk your right foot out to the edge of the mat for lizard pose. Sinking those hips down here. Take a deep breath. You can untuck those left toes. Totally good. Take a breath in. And then exhale. The elbows can bend. Palms can walk forward here. Starting to lower the torso any little bit. A few more rounds of breath. Last one. Good. And then a nice quad stretch here. So my friends, a strap becomes a friend here. You don't have to use a strap if you don't want to. Before you kind of try to attempt looping the back foot, move your hips back to take the weight out of being in that lizard pose. Find the strap to be underneath your foot so that the strap is on either side of the leg. And then revisit your lizard pose. Remember, both hands are on the inside. Left hand takes the weight. Right hand comes to the knee, and we start to open up that hip. You can stay right here. This is great. Or you can choose to bend the left knee, pointing those toes up. Then reach back for the strap, right? It may not be the easiest thing, so let's try to gracefully maneuver that strap, right? Maybe grabbing it on the other side. And then lifting those left toes, we gently pull the strap. And here you can work on twisting if you want, or bring this right shoulder forward and work on stretching that quad into the hip flexor. Take a couple rounds of breath. Good, a couple more. Woo, feeling it. Last one right here. Good, and then release that strap. Let that left foot go long, or leg go long. And then move this right foot in. So hips come back, take a little weight out of this leg. Walk that foot back in so your right hand can come on the outside. And here we go. We're gonna lift this left knee. Step that foot in a little bit. Find a nice high lunge position. And then your hands can come to your leg to help lift you up. When you're ready, arms can come all the way up here. Don't worry about that strap back there, no big deal. Sink deeper into this right knee. You can bend that back knee to help you lower the tailbone, the lower back, and then feel the front pelvis pulling up. Sink deeper into the knee and then activate that leg again. Take a deep breath in, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Cactus to your arms, exhale. Just one here. Inhale to lengthen and then fold forward again. Dropping your hands, outlining that leg, drop the left knee to the floor. Beautiful. Now you can keep those left toes curled, come all the way up into your low lunge. Arms up, hands to your heart as you exhale. We've been here before. We're gonna sink into the hips. Right hand comes to the thigh. Left elbow hooks the outer right leg. Make a fist with your right hand. Help to twist, twist, twist. All right, sorry about that. Here we go, twisting, twisting, twisting. And then from here, engage your core. Keep your foundation strong. Push into the back toes and lift that knee up. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Beautiful work. 2 more breaths here. Maybe gazing up if that feels okay for your neck. Another big breath. Twist with the exhale. And then release, hands to your heart. And lower. Drop the hands. Float this right leg all the way back. 3-legged dog, bending the knee, opening and stacking that right hip on top of the left. Circle your ankle, full inhale, full exhale. Straighten that right leg and exhale it to the floor. Nice deep round of breath. Open mouth, exhale. Now drop the knees, find a child's pose, a moment's rest between sides. Big toes touch, rest your forehead, shoulders, elbows, forearms, and hands relax. Full breath. 2 more, that is it. Awesome. Inhale, come back up. Beautiful work, my friends. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. From down dog right away, shift forward to plank pose. And we're gonna practice floating up dog. Keep those toes where they are. Engage your legs. Lower your hips, but squeeze your glutes. Keep your legs hovering above the floor. Keep your chest pulling forward. Bend the elbows a little bit. Hug your belly in, open up, stretch the abs, your core, look up, big inhale. Exhale, bring your weight forward, chaturanga, lowering to the belly and the hips and the legs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose, shoulders roll in your back pockets. Pelvis pushes down, glutes are tight. You could lift your hands if you want. Exhale and lower. Deep breath here. And then curl the toes, push back to your knees, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Bring the right foot forward, bring the left foot forward. Land that foot between your hands. Right knee comes down. Inhale, lift up here into your low lunge, and right away, find your foundation, pushing out of this left foot. Push into those right toes and lift the knee. Lift that back knee all the way up. You've got it. Keep your foundation strong. Squeeze that right glute. You can bend that knee a little to help you drop your tail. Pull the front lower belly up. Sink deeper and then activate again. 1 full breath here. Cactus T your arms. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Fold forward as you exhale. Right knee comes back down. Now, step that left foot out to the side, bringing your left hand on the inside of this leg. All right, I'll show you from an angle. Take a deep breath here in our lizard pose. Exhale, the elbows can bend, our hands can walk forward any little bit. They don't even have to go anywhere. Take another full breath. Good, last one. Digging deep into our hips where we hold a lot of emotional tension, my friends. Letting it go. All right, bring those hands back up onto the floor if they're not already. And then here, left hand to the knee, inner knee, pushing that leg open, keeping your ankle flexed here. It's very easy to roll on the ankle and let it go weak. So don't be lazy, engage it, and then feel that knee press open. Good. Now you have the option to loop that foot with the strap behind you. Bend into the front elbow here, taking the weight off of that right kneecap, and then bend the knee, press back into your right hand. Inhale the left arm up, big breath, start looking up, and then twist it back, reaching for the foot or the strap. And now with the strap, you have the option of pulling this left shoulder forward, taking a bit of the twist out of it, or keep twisting and gently pulling. Just a few more breaths. 2 more. Last one, deep inhale. Feeling good right here. Woo. And then release that foot, bring that left hand forward again. Now walk this left foot into the middle of the mat so your left hand can come on the outside. Lift that back knee, step the left leg back. Find your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And then we'll bend both knees. Look at your hands, step both feet forward. Inhaling, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold. Relaxing your head. Hands plant down, so bend the knees. Open up your feet as wide as the mat and come down into a low yogi squat. Using any sort of support underneath your hips that you need. Palms are meeting, lengthening the heart, stretching into the hips a little bit here before we come into our balancing sequence. Engaging the belly as you exhale. Another full breath. Exhale, release the hands, shoot those hips up, point your toes forward, lengthen halfway with an inhale. Exhale and fold, relaxing your head. Plant the hands, left leg goes back. This is where we're gonna invite our blocks in if you have them, if you want them. Bring them towards the front of your mat if they're not already there. Now your hands can be on the blocks or not, totally up to you. If your hands are not on the blocks, maybe they're hovering above the floor. So you're using your core strength, back body strength. Now we're gonna bend into this left knee, step this left foot forward. Let's all release the blocks, but you can bring them forward. Hands to your heart. Push into this right leg, lift the left for warrior 3. Deep round of breath in, shoulders on the back. Engage your core with the exhale. Now, left hand takes the block or the floor. Right hand to your right hip. The thumb can be in your hip crease. Feeling your thumb push that right hip back. Simultaneously reach the crown of your head forward. Take a breath. And as you exhale, start lifting the right shoulder as you hug the left ribs under you. You got to use that left hamstring to keep that leg up, up, up. Heel in line with your hip. When you're ready, lift and extend the right arm all the way to the sun. Beautiful. Twisted half moon pose. 3 deep breaths. Rolling the shoulders on the back. Squeeze those inner thighs. Feeling the right hip moving back. Good. Another 2. 1 more. With the exhale, release the right hand down to the floor or block. Bend the right knee. Step that left leg back. Beautiful work. Hands to the floor. Right leg floats all the way up to your 3-legged dog. Then we bend the knee. We open up that hip. Do some big circles now. Bringing your right knee down towards the left. Open it up and out. Couple more. Changing directions whenever it feels good for you. Beautiful. And then extend that leg long, point your toes, and then drop it to the floor. Downward facing dog. Full breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Bend your knees. Look at your hands. Step both feet forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Hands down. Right leg goes back. High lunge stance. So again, you can invite your blocks in right away. Start to feel your left leg like it's trying to move back and this right leg like it's trying to move forward. But you're keeping your feet glued. Hands can float by your hips if you're here. Engage your core. And then we'll all bring our weight forward, bending that right knee, step forward. Hands can come to our heart and then we lift the leg for warrior 3. Dropping that right hip down as those right toes point straight down, an internal rotation. Take another breath. Hug the ribs in. And then right hand comes to the floor of the block. Press into that hand, left thumb to your left hip crease, feeling that left hip pull back. Simultaneously, the heart starts to broaden, chest broadens, and left shoulder starts to lift. Keep lifting that right leg, keeping that leg strong, engaging the glute and hamstring. When you're ready, your left arm can come up. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. 2 more. Beautiful work, guys. You've got it. Last one. And then left hand comes down. Woo! Right knee or left knee bends. Right foot drops back. Inhale, lengthen if you want to. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg floats back. 3-legged dog. Bending the knee, stacking the hip. And then big circles. Left knee coming down to the right, opening out to the side and swooping down again. And reversing that rotation whenever it feels good. Good, and then left leg goes long, pointing your toes, and drop it to the floor. Downward facing dog, last breath here, or a few breaths. Last down dog, actually second to last. One more breath. Exhale it out. Right leg comes forward, right between the hands. Here we go. We're gonna walk that right foot out to the left side, then drop your left knee to the floor, and then drop the right knee over to the right side of the mat. Setting ourselves up for a half pigeon pose. Pull that left knee back so your left toes can curl, lift the knee, and move it back. And invite any support here underneath your right glute and underneath that left front thigh that you need. A rolled up blanket is a great option. Once you find that left hip to drop heavy, so your hips are parallel to the floor, untuck the left toes, press into your hands to open up the chest, and then slowly lower down, only going as far as feels good for your body. This is a very deep stretch in our hips. You can bring in any support that you need to catch you, to lift the floor higher to you, and just start to settle in, which is probably hard to do, right? It takes a lot to get into this posture, and it takes a lot for our body and our muscles to soften. It's a very tight part of most of our bodies. And maybe you feel completely loose here. Maybe you're like, yeah, this is no problem. And that's great too. You're still getting tremendous benefits of being in this posture and holding it here. Digging deeper, right? You're really connecting inside of the joint, helping to stimulate blood flow, helping to heal and move things through. Take a few more breaths. You can let your head start to get a little heavier. Remind yourself of your intention. Where is your mind? Last round right here. And then we'll press into those elbows or your hands to come up, removing any support you might have under you. Fingers are nice and wide under your shoulders. Curl those left toes, scoop the knee in forward a little bit, and then press into your hands. Float this right leg all the way up and open. And another big circle. Going in both directions. Beautiful. Straighten that leg, point the toes, and then drop it down. Downward facing dog. Nice full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Now, bring that left foot forward, nice and far, and then walk that foot over towards the right. Then we bend the right knee, dropping it down. Swoop that left knee down to the left side of the mat. Hands are on the earth. Our right toes are curled. We lift the knee and we move it back. Feeling that right hip sink down. Then we can untuck those toes. Even push to the top of that foot to lift the leg a little. Engage that right glute. Press into the hands to open up. And then exhale, slowly walk the hands forward. Just observing how that increases the stretch. And you can stay wherever it is gentle. Don't go after what the pose looks like for you. Go after what the pose feels like for you. Every day is different in our body. based on what we did the day before, based on our emotional energy. And so just allow yourself to observe, what does it feel like for you to be in this shape right now, today, at whatever time of day it is for you. It's 4:51 here in Boise, Idaho. It might be 5 or 6:51 over in Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. So we've all had a day. It's the start to our week. Whatever has happened today, whatever energies have surfaced, now we just get to hit the restart button. We get to start fresh, right? Bringing ourselves out literally through this practice today and starting fresh. So we'll leave our mat feeling nourished, feeling supported by ourselves, being able to conquer whatever might lie ahead with a positive outlook, with a smile on our face, and with gratitude in our hearts. Taking one more final breath here. And then start to press into your hands or elbows to come up, removing the blocks or support out from under you. Fingers wide, curl the toes, lift the knee, move it forward, and then recurl those toes to find your foundation. Push, lift, three-legged dog, opening and bending the knee, and then circles. And then dropping the, or go in the other direction. Beautiful, and then extend. Exhale, drop it down. Take a full round of breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Shift forward, drop to the knees. Scoot the legs out to the side, come all the way down onto your seat. And then the legs go long, reach them out. Have a seat in the middle of your mat. You can sit on anything you want to for a forward fold. You don't have to sit onto anything. Toes are lifted, maybe a micro bend or a little bend in those knees to help you kind of maybe move the flesh out from under you and feel that tailbone reach back. Inhale both arms up, and then exhale, fold forward. Belly touching the thighs perhaps, resting your hands wherever. Relax the shoulders and rest your head. 5 to 8 breaths, very deep, steady breath here. Thinking of your intention over and over and over. Last deep breath. And then engage your core, roll all the way up. Rolling your shoulders up and back, circling the arms all the way up, reach up. Hands together, palms meeting to our heart center. They land, honoring yourself, honoring your intention and this time that you've chosen to be with you. Take a nice deep breath. And then release your hands, swoop them forward, parallel arms to the floor, and then tuck your tailbone and lower down, lowering so slowly. Letting your legs slide back towards you, trying to drop slowly, one bone in the spine at a time. All the way to the upper back, feeling nice. Relax the head and the arms down. Bring your right knee into your chest, hold on to it, squeeze it in. And you guessed it, we're twisting. Left hand takes that knee, roll over to the left side. Right arm comes up, up, up. Inhale here. And exhale, drop that right arm open out to a T as your right leg gets heavy to the left side. Relax the right foot and ankle, your knee and hip. Fill up into the right ribs. Exhale and release with ease. Couple more. Last one. And then we'll roll on the back, let that right leg go long. Bring your left knee in, hold on to it, squeeze, take a breath. And then right hand takes that leg, rolling you over onto your right side. Left arm comes up, 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 big breath. And drop that arm open out to the T. Gazing over there, if that's okay for your neck. Moving your head, however, feels most comfortable. And intentionally breathing space into the ribs and the spine. Last full breath. And then we'll roll on our back. Bring both knees in this time. Align so you feel straight-ish on your mat. Roll a little side to side, and then a little tiny ball hug. Lift your head to your knees, rounding your whole spine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release for your final resting pose. Let those legs go long and invite any support that you want here in your Shavasana. Maybe a rolled up blanket or pillow underneath your knees. Nice little support there for our lower back. So if you have lower back stuff where you sit for long periods of your day, nice little roll or pillow under your knees is support to help release in your lower spine. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, arms down by your side, palms up or down. Exhale the stale air out of your body, so get absolutely empty. And then inhale through the nose, filling your belly, your ribs, your chest, your throat, holding the breath inside. Sip it up again, breath retention at your capacity. And then an open mouth exhale. Resting completely and fully and without any resistance. Keep your awareness on every passing exhale and relax more with that sense of release. Very slowly, just begin to deepen your breath. And start to wriggle your fingers and your toes. And rock your head side to side. Roll the eyes underneath your eyelids. Even lift the eyebrows, stretching the eyelids. Open the jaw really wide, stretching the jaw. Circle your ankles, stretch your fingers. And then make your way into a full body stretch. Reaching your arms back, pointing your toes forward, squeezing your glutes. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale to relax. And then bend the knees. Roll over to your side, taking your time as you transition. And very slowly use your sense of touch and press up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed. Finding a tall spine in a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Take a nice full breath in. And an open mouth exhale, maybe even an audible sound as you sigh it out. Noticing and observing the beautiful effects of your practice. Holding gratitude in your heart for choosing to be with you to create such sense of peace inside, as well as pride and accomplishment. Knowing you are strong and capable of whatever is presenting or will present itself to you moving forward. Let's bring our palms together in front of the heart. And rub the palms to generate heat and energy. Go faster and faster. And then once you feel warmth, bring your warm palms to cup over your closed eyes, barely on your face. Take a nice full breath in right here. And exhale, release your hands down the face, tracing over the eyes and cheeks, and palms re-meet again in front of your heart center. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family, thank you so much for being here today. Namaste. All righty. Feeling good. Oh, twisty.